He was the one who told me that you had women up in the house. Why you think I threw you out?
When they first met 12 years ago, Katrina believed Emanuel was the most charming man she'd ever known, while Emanuel was positive that Katrina was the woman of his dreams. The couple, married 6 years later, had one daughter together with plans to have more, until Emanuel got started without Katrina.
I've been through so much with this man, and he done lied so much.
She has a good habit of playing the victim role.
When did you have all these other 9 babies?
Judge Lynn has a wake-up call for Emanuel.
Quit having babies.
Oh, I'm done.
You know what I mean? Just stop.
Today on Divorce Court.
Come to order. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn Toller presiding.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Katrina Scott and Emanuel Scott Sr. The two of you have been married for 6 years, but you do not want to be married anymore. You have one child together. And Mr. Scott, you've been busy.
Very.
You have 10 other children.
9.
9 other children, 10 total. Okay, I didn't want to tag you with one you didn't have.
11.
So you have 10 children. You do not want to be married anymore. You have some financial situations you would like me to resolve. But before we get to the economic matters, Mrs. Scott, I'm going to talk to you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your marriage and why we're here in divorce court today?
Okay, our marriage started off with a lie, a big lies, and the lies just kept coming. Like, for instance, he told me that he had only 6 months to live.
Before you were married or what? After you were married?
This is before we got married, because we dated, we was together before.
Right.
And then I just decided that I just didn't want to be bothered with him anymore, that I wanted to just move, take my daughter, and just go. And right before I got ready to move, he came to me and he was like, well, the doctor told me that he had only 6 months to live. So at that particular point, I'm thinking, like, whatever my feelings for him is or was, I want him to spend as much time with his daughter as he possibly can. So
Yeah. Well, what did you say? What was wrong with him?
I think it was like prostate cancer or something, but I mean, look at him now. I mean, really?
Did you tell her? Did you tell her you only had 6 months to live to make her stay?
No.
Oh my
Never
God.
happened.
No.
She made it up out of the whole cloth.
Oh, give her a second. She gonna pass out and faint. That's what she do.
Oh, wow.
So that never happened.
No.
That never happened. Go ahead, Mrs. Scott. What other lies do you believe he's told you?
Oh my God, that is so proof. But anyway, he told me he had like 6 months to live, and we moved to Minnesota, and everything was calm, cool, and collected. But he got into this car accident, and in 2006. And all of a sudden, it was like a life-changing situation for him. Like, I'm going to do better. I want my family back, and I love you. We're going to get married. And I looked him dead in the eye, and I asked him, I said, is there anything that you want to tell me, anything that I should know before we get married? And he was like, no. So I'm like, okay, we get married. Valentine's Day 2007. So 3-4 months later, I'm at work. I get a phone call saying, look, I have to go to the hospital. I'm like, why you got to go to the hospital? He was like, my child is being born. I'm like, what? Like, literally, my child is being, I'm furious at this point. I get off work, he's at the hospital, whatever's going on or whatever, and I'm thinking in my mind, like, he just lied. I just told him honestly, and I was like, why didn't you not tell me this? And he was like, well, if I would have told you, you wouldn't have married me. I'm like, duh.
Tell me about that, Mr. Scott. After you got married, did another woman have your baby that she didn't know about?
She knew.
More than one. Are you serious?
She knew.
Oh my God.
That baby right there, she knew.
That this other woman was pregnant.
She asked. I said, yeah.
We were married already.
I said the thing I'm not sure about though, because at the time she had a boyfriend. I said, I don't know.
God.
I said, I don't know, but I'm gonna find out. And then when my daughter was being born, she was at work, I was at home. I waited for her to come home so I could go. She got home like 4. I shoot out to the hospital.
When did you have all these other 9 babies? I mean,
11.
11, no. 1, 2, 3
Okay, he don't even
before
know.
her.
3 before her. And the other 6 after her.
2 during, 3 after.
2 during your marriage to her and 3 after.
It was 1 before, and then like, okay, I could say before we got married because she was born like after we got married. So it was like they were both pregnant before we even got married.
And you had how many while you were married?
Well, if you count the one that was born after we got married, just one.
Yeah, can I?
We've been away from each other for so my last 3.
Can I say this, Mr. Scott?
Uh-huh.
Quit having babies.
Oh, I'm done.
You know what I mean? Just stop. There's no possible way that you could be economically and emotionally available to all 10 of these kids. You can't just impregnate and go. It's not fair.
Never what I did.
Oh
You got 9 kids.
11.
That don't mean that I wasn't there for my kids.
You're not there on a daily basis for all of those 10 kids. Can't be.
Last
Can't
3.
be.
Last 3.
Can't. Oh, whoop-de-doo, one
Well,
third.
that's because those the 3 that live with me.
Yeah, so you're a father to 1/3 of them.
No,
that's not a good.
I'm
That's
not saying
not a
that.
good
Whatever
number.
kids that's
That's not a good number.
No,
You
I'm
have
not
to,
saying that.
You have to be responsible for every life you bring into this world, and responsible in an everyday way. You gotta be. We will not survive as a people if this continues. We just won't.
When divorce court continues, does Emanuel have too many excuses for not seeing his daughter?
My phone was real janky. One time I overslept, so a lot of times I didn't even get the phone calls.
Divorce isn't easy. If you want to share your story, call toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com or become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt.
Divorce court returns with the case of Emanuel Scott, who admits to having fathered multiple children while married to his wife, Katrina. But has Emanuel left Katrina to foot the bill all by herself?
I took care of all the bills. I bought everything he owned.
Did she work?
When the last time you had a job?
We've been picking on you for a while, and I want to know, you seem to dislike her greatly. And I want you to tell me what she's done that has caused you to feel that way about her.
Okay, now she has a good habit of playing the victim role, so everything that I do is just so wrong. I'm not gonna can't never fix my mouth to say I was a saint because I did my dirt.
Right.
But the one thing I can say is those kids never needed nothing. They was 5 and 7 years old before anybody even knew they had a mama.
Are you kidding?
What do you mean by that?
She spent more time at casino, club, and somebody else's bed than she did at home with our own kids.
Oh my God.
Who was taking care of them?
Me.
Who was taking care of you?
Me.
Really? Your Honor?
So, Mrs. Scott, did you run around on him?
No.
With track shoes.
Were you clubbing and carrying on?
No. I've always been the breadwinner of this relationship. I took care of everything he had. I bought.
No.
Everything.
No.
I worked. I get up and I used to go work from 6 in the morning to like 4 in the afternoon. And then that was Monday through Friday. Then I work from 9 in the morning to 7 at night on Saturday. Then I go in for an hour or 2 on Sunday. When do I have time to go lay up in somebody else's bed to do all this? But he feel that, first of all, it's by me being a woman, that a woman and a man cannot be friends, nonetheless, as he would say, hitting it. You know what I'm saying? So there's impossible he tell me, don't nobody want to be friends with you, not unless they want you in that way, or they done had you already, or they're going to get you. So no matter what I do or who I'm around, I got to be doing somebody. That's the stuff that I had to deal with.
Try this
period.
one.
So if I'm at the casino, which I really like to go, if I'm at the casino just having my fun and doing that, how can you mix that with going out to be with somebody else? I like to have drinks. I worked hard. I supported my family and you. While he at home playing video games and playing on the computer, whatever is what he doing. It was like in a house with 3 kids. One was just grown with depends. You know what I'm saying? That's just pretty much how he was. And for him to sit here and say all the other stuff that I'm not a mom and I'm not doing all this, who else provided? I took care of all the bills. I bought everything. Everything he owned, I got.
Did she work?
Everything. When's the last time you had a job?
She's supposed to be at work and be gone.
Oh, how would he know?
So it'd be like.
Who was the primary breadwinner? Who was paying the bills?
We did it together.
Were you
I
working?
was in school.
Were you working
my God.
continuously?
No, after I finished school, yeah.
Okay.
No, the kids told me, the kids was the one who told me that you had women up in the house. Why you think I threw you out?
Well, Mr. Scott, let me ask you this. You said in your papers that she's not the kind of person that needs to have children because she wants all of the attention.
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
is an attention whore. Excuse the phrase. It's like if everything is not all about her, she don't want to be bothered with you. She literally told me I had to choose between being with her or being a father to my kids. You lose that air rip.
Oh my God.
You lose that one. You know,
he's not a good dad at all. I can't
she
sit
won't
here
let
and
me.
Hang on, let him finish.
She won't even let me. The last time I seen my daughter about 3 or 4 months ago, and it was on an accident because I had an appointment before I went to school.
That's your fault.
Stop.
Oh my God.
Whenever I want to see my daughter, you know, okay, meet me here, you know, and then either she don't show up or I got to worry. One time I overslept, so that was my fault.
Always
so I
excuse.
have to worry about, am I going to end up getting locked up? I had my baby with me one time. We just out. She sent out an amber alert.
Oh.
Me and my daughter are very close.
Used to be.
Very close.
Used to be.
And even now, if something is wrong with me, she'll call. And I told my baby, I said, you know what? I'm not going to call you. Your mama's phone like that. So if you want to talk to me, you have to call me. And at the time, my phone was real janky.
Which kid
so
are you talking
a
about?
lot of times I didn't
Seriously?
even get the phone calls. But when I got a chance to talk to her, I talked to her. She called me about a month ago, and I'm talking to her, and she wanted to talk to her little sister. I put her little sister on the phone. She hung up on me.
When divorce court continues, emotions run high.
I'm her mom. I'm her dad. You are nobody to her. Nobody.
every-
If
you
you
know,
ever want to be in a
every-
relationship with the last time you did anything for her.
Do you think Emanuel is a compulsive liar? Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers. Call 1-800-282-1991 now.
If you would like your case heard on Divorce Court, call us toll free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and follow us on Twitter at Divorce Court. Divorce Court returns with the case of Emanuel Scott, who asserts that his wife Katrina is keeping him from seeing their daughter. But has Emanuel done everything within his power to spend time with his child?
Have you gone to court and demanded visitation rights? Ms. Scott, did you call an Amber Alert out on him?
Oh, my
No, I did
God.
not. I didn't. You know what? I've been through so much with this man, and he didn't lie so much about it. I'll call him, and I'll say, well, your daughter wants to see you. And I'll be like, okay, I'll meet it. Oh, my God. The police came a long time ago when we came through. She was never missing. She was never out of my sight or anything like that. But
How did the police end up coming? They don't just
She was in a car.
swing by.
we was gone,
he told
and
me,
she
he said,
called
look,
the
I do
police.
not want to see my, he was like, I don't want to see my daughter because you're going to call the police on me. So I'm going to feel like, you know what? I could take her to the police station. You know what I mean? That way you can be like, okay, well, you can see your daughter here. It got to a point, Your Honor, that every time he say, I want to see my daughter, or my daughter say, I want to see my dad, I go out until we meet. We sitting there. We sitting there for hours waiting on him. I'm texting her, where are you? Where are you at? You know, we got to pick up those pieces. When it comes to my daughter, I have to pick her up. Where's my dad? And all of a sudden, it's everything, and he don't know
That
what
only
he's doing.
happened
When he
once.
was around, they were thicker than thieves, closer than everything. I give him that. But he broke that bond with her. And then you want to sit there and say, nobody, I'm her mom, I'm her dad. You are nobody to her. Nobody.
every
If you
year-
ever wanted to be any,
if
step
she-
up. When's the
if
last
she
time you
don't-
did anything for her?
Hang on,
Anything.
hang on.
If my baby talks to me no other day,
Oh, my
February 21st, as always. You know, the last time I seen her on her birthday 2 years ago, I was getting her tickets last year because wrestling fans, but I ended up having to have surgery, so I had to let her know we can't go. So
Well, in 2
Another
years,
excuse.
though, have you gone to court and demanded visitation rights?
she don't show.
So they'll give them to you. If the other party doesn't show, you win. I mean, they will give them to you. So that can't be true. You know, that's not how it works.
If hold on, we go. I've always they kept giving me different court dates. I don't have that kind of money to keep going back and
No,
forth.
he
I'm in
don't want to
school.
go to court because he don't want to pay child support. That's
Child
what it is.
support.
He want to stay out of the
Are
court
you on
system.
child support for any of the 10 children?
Yes,
Are
How
you-
many?
5.
5.
Your Honor,
What do you do for a living?
I go to school. I'm trying to open me a restaurant.
that's your MO.
How do you
isn't it?
pay the child support?
It gets there.
It gets done. Okay.
He uses women for money, so that's they
No.
going from one to take another one. That's what he does.
No.
his baby
I
mamas.
asked
Your
nobody
baby mamas
for
is your source of income.
Oh, I know. They
And he's
give them
only
to-
with
they give
them
you money
whenever it's convenient
No
for
woman
them.
gives me nothing.
Oh, I
Are
don't
you
believe
serious?
that.
No, outside of kids, that's it.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. I don't
Whoever
believe
he's
that.
with
No.
at the moment is who spends money with him.
If you're going to school, you're not making money, you're paying child support for 5 kids. How you making that?
He's been going to school for 10 years. Really?
get it
Come on
together.
now. Where's the degree? Where's the diploma? Where's something? Really? How much schooling?
First,
How much school do you need?
I'm a certified I'm a certified chef, and I did that
Oh
before
my
I even.
God. What you making noodles? Because I don't see you cooking
before I
nowhere.
even-
But are you working at all?
No,
Even while
I'm
you're
back in school. I'm getting a business degree. I got my business plan to
Oh
open
my
me up a
God.
restaurant.
Oh my God, it is so old. He's been hearing it for years. How many times you gonna go to school for that?
When divorce court continues, has Katrina taken out her frustration on a gift from Emanuel to their daughter?
I bought her a DS, ran me $245. My baby told me she threw it away, but she say she lost it.
Do you think Emanuel is a compulsive liar? Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers. Call 1-800-282-1991 now.
Divorce court returns with the case of Katrina Scott, who wants out of her 6-year union with Emanuel because he admits to fathering 9 other children outside of their marriage.
You want $199.96. You put me through all that for $199.96. Tell me what it is.
I'm gonna tell
Tell me
you.
why you
What?
want it.
It's not even the purpose of it being $199. It's the fact that he promised my daughter a game system for Christmas, which this past Christmas, and for her birthday. I don't need his money. I don't want anything. But the fact is, I think that he owed that for my daughter. I paid for it already. Whatever my daughter wants, she's gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? That's my job. But the fact is that he told her that he was going to get it, and I had to come out of pocket. You know what I mean? I make sure my kids get what they want, and the least you can do is give her what she wants. And for Christmas that went by, and her birthday then came back, if you still remember that you made these things, you should have paid for it.
Okay, Mr. Scott, your response.
I told my daughter these exact words. I got you, and I'm going to get it. But the one thing, you cannot take it home. So when you want to see it, you got it whenever you come to my house. Because I bought her
Who says
for
that
her.
to a child?
I bought her a DS, ran me $245, not including the games that I got her. My baby told me she threw it away, but she say she lost it. Now that's one thing I know that wasn't gonna happen because my baby slept with that DS. Everywhere she went, it was right there in her hand. So she's not gonna lose it. My baby told me, and the one thing she's never done to lie to me, she'll lie to the world, but she won't lie to me.
Oh my God.
She threw it in the garbage because
I threw it in the garbage.
I bought it. So why would I send anything else back to her house if my daughter's not gonna get it?
Are you serious?
Here we are.
Oh my God.
We got one hot, sticky ghetto mess going on.
He keeps saying that he bought something. He don't have a job to buy these things.
You
He said, "I threw them
guys
away."
are living such a dissolute, dysfunctional, disorganized, dispirited, disheartening life that nobody has an opportunity to get the story straight or get it true. I think you are scandalous. I think you get money from women and you go from woman to woman and you get this woman pregnant and then you go to the next woman and you in school forever and women, good Lord, if you see him come and run, it's not gonna help you. Don't get pregnant by him. Be a better man, Mr. Scott.
I am.
You're not. Everybody can be better. I'm gonna be better next year than I am this year. I'm asking you to improve. You can't say I am better. You can always be better. It's a process. It's progress. Don't be the guy who populates the neighborhood but does not provide it with any kind of economic support. Don't be that guy. You know, don't be Exhibit 1 on Bill O'Reilly's show. Just don't do it. Don't do it. We can't take it. I don't know who did what to whom. It was all wrong. It was all raggedy and ratchet and whatever other R word they're using for tacky and down low and trifling. There will be no recovering this matter. It is so ordered.
All right. Parties may leave the courtroom.
Katrina says that since leaving divorce court, she has made several attempts to get